Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Welcome to our Monday, October 20th school board meeting. We'll start with our approval, deletions, additions. Dr. Baracco.
Okay, you do have a revised agenda before you under Roman numeral 7B1, personnel recommendations from Mrs. Castaneda. Otherwise, oh no, there is another one, 7D1, professional leave requests under Mrs. Schoeneman. Otherwise, the agenda is as you received last week.
Move for approval.
We have a motion from Dr. Malco,
I'll second.
second from Ms. Kelly. Any discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes. Is there any correspondence this evening, Ms. Kelly?
There is not, Mrs. Hughes. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to forego our liaison committee updates and move right into our official school board business topics consent agenda. Dr. Baracco.
Seek board approval for the minutes from the regular board meeting on October 6th, and seek board approval for the claims, payroll, and extracurricular expenditures you received in your packets last week.
So moved.
Motion from Mrs. Talent. I will second that. Any discussion or questions? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you. There's no public comments regarding action items, so our official school board business topics regular agenda. Dr. Baracco.
Thank you again. My first item is to seek board approval to attend the Indiana Association of Public School Superintendents annual meeting November 12th through 14th in Indianapolis.
Motion to approve.
Motion from Ms. Kelly.
I'll second that.
Dr. Malco will second that. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. And the next item is to welcome our leadership of the Lake Central Education Foundation as they will present grants for round 63. Mrs. Wolf.
Hi, guys. Okay. I know this has got to go around this way. Oh, there we go. First, thank you, board, for allowing us to do this, Rob and everybody else. We have a couple board members. We have Dawn Zarnak, which is our assistant. She helps us with everything we do and tries to raise money. We have Susan Popa, Kay Pashan, Zach Seljan, and Mike Seljan, our president at this time. So, okay. We had 16 grants this time for a total of 10,000. Our school liaison, Janice and Louise are our school liaisons. Okay, sorry, ladies. Okay, that's okay, I'll get you later. Okay, we have a total of 16 grants this grant round for $10,023.91. That brings us up to 686 grants we've given, with a total of $377,910,000, which is woohoo. And this grant round will cover 2,263 students. So, and Dawn's going to come and talk about our partners in education.
Hi, everyone. So our Partners in Education program is our annual donor and sponsor recognition program that helps us lay the groundwork for our program year and our teacher grants. And so tonight we're kind of like fulfilling our mission, and thanks to some of the money that we've gotten from the Partners in Education, we're able to make this happen. So I just want to recognize some of our top partners in education that we've had this year. So our champion partners that are at the $2,500 level are the Law Office of Brian E. Less, Strack and Van Til, and Purdue University Northwest. We have a representative here today. And we have our hero partners, which are at the $1,000 level. Those are People's Bank, Powers Health. We have a representative here as well, who's also on our board. Puntillo and Crane Orthodontics, Indiana University Northwest School of Education, Smoothie King of St. John, and the Zarnik family. That's us. And then our inspiration partners at the $500 level are Adam Robertson, Edward Jones, My Box Moving and Storage, Schillings, Scott's You Save Tires and Auto Repair, Stiefel Minas Sabau Porterfield Group, Monica Conrad of Lewis Cappies, the Selgin family, Mike Selgin here and his family, and then Bill and Susan Popa here, right here. So we just want to thank you to all of those sponsors and supporters and for everyone who has donated to the Lake Central Education Foundation this year for helping us take education to new heights. Thank you.
Don has become an integral part to our foundation and going out and speaking to people and telling the purpose and why we're wanting to do this and trying to get wonderful sponsors. So, okay, let's get to the grants. Yay. Okay, Colleen Rock and Randy Lawless. Hi, ladies. Okay, integrating cryptography puzzles with the Bletchley Riddle. This project is innovative because it moves beyond traditional digital learning by creating tangible links between books, history, and modern computer science principles. It offers students a new way of doing something, solving a problem with a physical tool before translating that understanding to a digital platform. This approach fosters a revolutionary way of thinking about algorithms, not just as a line of code, but a logical step and pattern that can be applied to any problem. Thank you, ladies. So, they're from Kaler for $735. Okay, Sydney Hundy? Hootie, thank you, Sydney. Okay. Assisting technology and flexible seating continues for $452. Both adaptive seating and assistive technology can be tailored to meet the individual needs of students with learning disabilities, physical impairments, sensory processing disorder, and emotional challenges. Flexible seating and assisted technology not only supports students' physical comfort and accessibility, but also helps tailor the learning process to individual students. These tools create an environment where students can be more engaged, motivated, confident, which leads to improving learning outcome and an overall performance. These interventions are especially beneficial in the middle school classrooms where students are transitioning into more complex subjects and need additional support to thrive. So, yay. Okay, Crystal Lippy, she is at Colleen Foundations of Learning, the Power of Play in Early Childhood for $697. This project engaged social interaction, inventive play, fine gross motor skills, and sensory exploration. This will extend learning beyond the classroom by providing children with daily opportunities to engage and cooperate, play, practice independent, and work with communication skills in a safe, nurturing setting. So, okay. Susan?
All right, our next grant recipient is Karen Cruz from Bivitch. STEM Stations is awarded $499. Students will be able to collaborate while using creativity and critical thinking skills to complete various STEM challenges throughout the year. Up next, we have Melanie Venturelli and Aaron Titus from Protzman. This is for the Sensational Sensory Room for $634. This will benefit students who need additional breaks throughout their day. The items will provide students with a space to manage stress, improve concentration, enhance sensory motor skills, and promote emotional regulation. Up next, we have Julie Walker and the kindergarten team at Watson. This is for counting to critical thinking for $794. Kids need to experience math to truly understand it and not just watch someone else do it or ask to be memorized, or asked to memorize it. Math stackers, durable foam blocks, mega magnets, and teacher resources will help the kindergarten team provide students with the opportunity to feel math in their hands, question it with curiosity, and explore it without fear. Next, we have Allison Castle from Clark. This This is for Amplify in Action for $336. This grant expands the Amplify program by turning curriculum texts into courtroom trials, debates, investigations, interactive games, and creative projects. Students will step into roles as citizens, detectives, scientists, and critics, making their learning active, memorable, and meaningful. Next, we have Courtney Lenhart from Coling. This is for steel pan drums for $800. So to enhance the elementary music curriculum at Coling, this will present students with new and practical learning opportunities. Learning the steel drum pans will help students broaden their knowledge by applying what they've learned in music class to instruments used in this unit. The unit of study will cover a variety of elementary music standards and contain interdisciplinary connections.
All right, our next grant recipient is Christy Bashara and Sherry Venturelli. They're from Bivich Elementary School, and their project was called Closing the Gap. They were awarded $800. Closing the gap does not look the same for every child. If we can address this gap early with skilled teaching and support, it can help ensure that all children have a solid foundation to become independent, confident readers and achieve their full potential. Our next grant recipient is Jane Dvorak from Piper. Her grant was for the building blocks of numbers for $436.70. Students in grades kindergarten through fourth grade will use the KP10 frame tiles to explore and strengthen their understanding of the base 10 number system and how it relates to grade level math standards. Emily Baginski, is she here tonight? I don't think Emily's here, but Emily is from Grimmer, and her project was titled Passive Programs Create Active Readers for $308.90. Next is Jennifer Miller from Watson. Her project was titled We Are Versatile for $800. Her fourth graders will use the 24 sets of Versatiles for independent literacy practice during center time for their ELA block. Students can use the Versatiles to practice key reading and language skills independently. They will work on phonics and fluency, language conventions, vocabulary, literature comprehension, and informational text comprehension in both science and social studies contexts. Students will work independently, going through the activities themselves to reinforce concepts we have gone over in class. They will learn through active problem solving and receive immediate feedback, making it ideal for building confidence and mastery while working at their own pace. The goal is to create stronger readers and writers. The next grant recipient is Nicholas Podreberek. Is Mr. Podreberek here? He is from Lake Central High School, and his project is titled the UV Sensors Lab for $792. And our final grant recipient is Tracy Capozzi from Watson. Her project is titled Big Top Reading for $800. The Big Top Reading project will allow students to learn a broad range of phonics skills, increasing their fluency skills and sharpening their comprehension skills. These Science of Reading decodable books follow a phonological pattern that will build student reading skills while simultaneously boosting their literacy confidence. Congratulations to all of our grant recipients. And I also just want to take a little minute to say a special thank you to Melody. She put so much work into making sure that these grants are vetted and that everything comes together for this night. So thank you, Melody, for all your hard work.
So we can have the grant recipients up in this area here for our picture? Okay, Mr. Rocco, you squeeze in. Good, and we're gonna grab the big check. Are we doing just grant recipients first, and then board members?
Yeah, I'll just call you. I'm going to call Nikki. All right, thank you, Lake Central Education Foundation, for those grants. And on to our Assistant Superintendent, Mrs. Castaneda.
Thank you. For my first item, I am seeking the board's approval for the revised personnel recommendation packet that you received this evening.
Motion to approve?
Motion for Ms. Kelly. I will second that. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. And for my second item, I am seeking the board's approval for the professional leave request.
Move for approval?
We have a motion from Dr. Malco,
I'll second.
second from Mrs. Talent. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And our Director of Primary Education, Dr. Bracy.
Good evening. For my first item, I am seeking your approval for the for the personnel, oh my God, I am not Mrs. Castaneda. For the professional leave request in your packets.
We have a motion from Dr. Malco,
Improvement, did you catch it? I should have said move for approval.
motion from Dr. Malco,
I'll second.
second from Ms. Kelly. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay, and for my next item, I am seeking your approval for the field trip request in your packets.
So moved.
Motion from Mrs. Talent. I will second that. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
And our Director of Secondary Education, Mrs. Schoeneman.
Thank you. For my first item, I'm seeking the board's approval for the professional leave requests included in your board packet.
Motion to approve? Approval?
We have a motion from Dr. Malkow and a second from Ms. Kelly. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. And for my second item, I'm seeking the board's approval for the field trip requests also included in your packet.
So moved.
Motion from Mrs. Talent,
Second,
second from Dr. Malco. Any discussion?
I am curious how Mr. Fox is doing with the Science Olympiad. You know, Mr. Fox was a Bibbage student, so when I see our former Bibbage students doing something like this in a leadership role, I'm always curious. Could you maybe find out how they're doing with Science Olympiad?
Absolutely, and I did run into him not too long ago and just was thanking him for taking on that role, and he said he was really enjoying it.
Good.
Glad to take it on, you know, kind of following in those footsteps, so,
That's good.
yeah.
That's great, thank you.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you. And for my next item, I'd like to welcome up Carrie Regan and Todd Smolinski from the high school. They will be presenting a CTE, Career Technical Education Overview presentation. And as they get situated, I have a few handouts for you.
Good evening. We are going to just give you a little bit of an overview of our CTE, or Career and Technical Education Committee, which is comprised of teachers, students, parents, community members, and local business partners. We offer 13 different CTE pathways here at Lake Central High School, and an additional 13 CTE pathways through our partnership with the Hammond Area Career Center. So we offer quite a bit of opportunity for our students with 26 different CTE pathways. As part of the CTE program, we are required to hold 2 meetings a year. We typically have one in the fall, usually in October. We just had one last week. And then we have our other one in the spring, usually in April. We bring the committee together to discuss our CTE program and create a partnership with our business members to determine the desired skills employers look for when students enter the workforce. We're also always looking for opportunities for our students for work-based learning and to showcase the different CTE programs that we offer here at the high school. We did just hold our fall meeting, like I said, last week, and so I'm going to turn it over to Todd so he can talk about that.
Thank you. So when we were just thinking about how the presentation should look today, we just had our fall meeting last week. So we decided let's just use our PowerPoint, use our whole thing and kind of explain really what the CTE committee is and just kind of take you there as it was last week. So we do 2 a year. The fall one is really, we decided to kind of showcase the entire CTE here at Lake Central. In the spring, we tend to showcase in one of the programs specifically. We take a tour of the facility, we bring our members into it. But again, in the fall, we try to capture the whole CTE programs as they are. So it's a lot of numbers. I'll try to make them entertaining, but it is a lot of data, but it just shows you really in the end what, CTE is thriving here and it's exciting. But we start out with just a food mingle. We have our culinary students in Mr. Peters and Mrs. Schmidt. They kind of take care of the arrangements. They prep the food, and so our own students will make it and get it ready for the meeting. They'll plate it. They'll bring it to our location where we have the meeting, and it'll be ready for us when we start. So they do a great job every year. Then we kind of move on to, a lot of the committee members have been doing this a while. I think we have, over 40 or so members, I believe, on there. But I know we picked up a few more members this year that were very interested to come on board. And so we're actually, we met them the other day, and they're going to be, they're great assets to our committee, and they're just great people all around. And we'll come back to them towards the end of this. Then we kind of, where I go from there is we have a few students. We have about 4 students that help us out and serve on this committee. And we want to put them on the spot. So we ask them just to share some experiences, share their thoughts about their courses that they were enrolled in, how it's helped them, how it feel they'll prepare them for the future. So it's great to have not just adults on it, but also our own students. And then I kind of go through the Snapchat data, and then Mrs. Regan will kind of come back with one of the new things we have running this year. But if you want to switch over to our, okay, so we start by just kind of explaining, like, CT is kind of really involved in what these things called pathways are, and these pathways are these 3 to, it could be 4 or even 5 courses of study that are specific to a certain field. So we have some in-house, and we also have some that our students can go into the ACC up in the Area Career Center and get a pathway. So in-house, though, to start, kind of what we offer here, and these aren't all the courses we offer, but these are just the specific pathways. Again, 3, 4, or 5 courses. In the vocational umbrella, we offer an engineering pathway with PLTW, machining, machine shop, our automotive technology, and our digital design. In the business, because CT also includes business, so in our business courses, as far as the pathways go, we have administration pathway, a computer science pathway, accounting, entrepreneurship, marketing, sales. And in the realm of science, we have the biomedical science and technology. And under the umbrella of the FACS, the consumer sciences, we offer 2 in-house, an education pathway, as well as a human services pathway. But again, that's not just those ones we offer here, but we have a partnership with our Area Career Center, and our students can go through, I won't read all these, but they can go and enter into these programs, apply for them, and they don't always get accepted in all of them, but there's an application process, but when they do, they could go through a half-day program over there and go through these pathways as well. So why I kind of want to start with the pathways, because the pathways are, they're again, their area of concentration, their area of focus, but they also can be applied towards graduation. They help students earn complete one of the components towards their graduation. So last year we had 319 students in our graduating class complete one of those pathways, either with us or with our partnership with the ACC. And that would earn them the concentrator status, so they would have taken the first level, the second, and the third level of those courses, and maybe beyond. 150 outside credentials were earned. A lot of those courses, like in CNA programs and others, can earn outside credentials. So last year we had 150 credentials. I think we almost nearly doubled that. I think we were around 80 the year before. And over 16,000 hours of work-based learning were logged, because part of CT is also our work-based learning. So in the whole kind of in our graduating class, we had 265 students that graduated with that pathway. So again, it counts towards graduation. So they can use it among other things. There's not the only way a student can graduate, but they can use the CT pathway as part of that. We had 265 students complete a pathway, counted towards graduation. It's up from 195 students the year prior. That's about 36% of our graduates have completed one of those pathways. So we're up, as you can see, from the 2 prior years. So we're going in the right direction. That CT is not just, like I said, thriving, but it's also it's part of how a student can graduate. 43 total students earned a technical honors diploma as well as an academic honors last year, which is right about the same it was the year before. With CT, though, there is a funding component to it. We have to file an earnings report with the state, as you know, our enrollment in these programs there's that component of funding. So over the last 10 years or so, this is kind of how it's looked. So again, as the programs grow, so too is the funding. So give you an idea where we're at this year and what it looks like compared to last year as far as enrollment. Now, I counted enrollment because it's the easiest. It doesn't necessarily mean students. Some kids might be, like in the auto program, might be enrolled in 2 courses because they have a block, so they have 3 hours. But these are the total enrollments from this year, for this year, and then from last year. So in our vocational umbrella, in the automotive services, we have 5 total courses, 122 enrollment, versus last year we were at 109. So again, there's growing interest in auto. It tends to be one of our most requested as far as a vocational setting. It's a very good program. Precision machining, we have 5 courses, about the same, about 98 students enrolled, or 98 enrollment. Digital design, 5 courses there, and in engineering, I have 169 students, up from 161 last year. Again, in the consumer sciences, again, now, I mentioned that not all the courses we offer are pathways. We have a culinary, it's probably our most demanded courses and most requested courses. We are able to do these semester courses. We have 4 total kind of culinary courses. We have 781 enrollment in those courses, so it's a very, like I said, a very top chosen elective. Unfortunately, we don't have a pathway for it yet. But we have it's quite a big program. We have 2 teachers that run it, and again, they're the ones that prepare the food at the beginning of our session. So, in our education, we have 120 students, or just down from 125. Our housing and interior design, Ms. Collins runs that. 189 enrollment in that one, so that one's growing. We were able to add a few more sections this year because it's a semester course, and again, it's also a very demanded course. And then human services, which is the pathway, 3 courses, 169 enrollment there, up just a little bit from the previous year.
What would be
Yes.
examples of that last one?
Human services,
What would be examples?
there's 3 courses, so it's the principles of human services, and then the second course is a course called relationships and emotions, and the third course is understanding people and culture. So those are the 3, and it tends to kind of more tied to human and social services, is kind of that pathway.
Any of that a required course? All 3 of those are optional?
Those are elective courses, but again, they can apply towards the graduation. Yeah. In the business field, so we have the business management, which is a single course, but that kind of opens up your avenues towards marketing or accounting. But 238 enrolled in the business management. And then, again, it opens up the door for if you want to go into marketing. There's 4 courses in the marketing. Accounting, there's 2 courses, 157 for marketing, 94. And then the entrepreneurship is a 3 course, that's a pathway, enrolled at 115 right now. And then the science, I threw computer on here as well. But we have 3 courses in the biomed, which is a very, very popular course, 500 enrolled right now, 503. And again, that's a 3-course pathway. And then in computer science, and it says 8, but again, this is an example where there's 8 courses, but lots of times the students will be enrolled in 2 courses because everybody has an AP component to it. There could be a dual credit part of that. So, but 274 just up from the year before.
Could I ask one more question?
Sure, yeah.
I don't know if this has changed the terminology, but years ago, I remember we were using Project Lead the Way.
Yeah.
Is that still a component of that, or was that just temporary to get it off on the ground?
No, we still use, Project Lead the Way, PLTW. Biomed is a PLTW, so that's Project Lead the Way, and engineering is Project Lead the Way. So we still use it, yeah.
Have you ever read the book that he wrote? I can't think of his name. It used to be at Lafayette School Corporation.
I haven't known.
Larry, you don't remember his name?
Vince Bertram.
Yeah, Vince Bertram. Have you read his book?
I have not, no.
Very interesting.
And Dr. Malkow, the high school is actually a PLTW distinguished school as well.
What was it?
The high school, Lake Central High School, has the PLTW Distinguished School Award.
Really? When did that happen?
Last year.
Really? Very nice. Very nice. And you must have had a couple of years ago, but I don't remember hearing about Lake Central. Did you do a big splash on that?
We talked about it here, and there's a banner.
We have a banner hung up by Mrs. Gray's room in the engineering room, so it's up there. Yeah.
Oh, yes, it was on Facebook. Yep. We had that out there.
Okay, so I'll hold here for now. I'm going to turn it back to Mrs. Regan because the next phase is the cybersecurity pilot, which is very interesting.
Okay, so in September of 2024, we were actually invited by the College Board to pilot a brand-new program, and it's the cybersecurity program. And we did used to offer that through PLTW, but now we're actually going through the advanced placement through College Board for this. So we were invited to apply for it. We filled out the application. We found out in December of last year that we got accepted into the pilot program. So we're very excited about that. We talked with Mr. Iwema, who is the one who did teach our PLTW cybersecurity in the past, and he was real excited to get back on board with this. So this is our first year. He's teaching our first course. It is a 2-course program. The first one is actually a networking program. And in this program, the students are understanding network hardware and configuration. So Mr. Iwema came to me at the start of the school year, and he was super excited because he asked if he could buy just computer parts and pieces. And one of his first projects that he wanted to do with the students was to have them build a computer from the ground up. And so he invited me into the classroom one of the days when they were getting close. So I actually got to go in there and I got to see their successes and their smiles and, hear them cheering when something worked that they put together from the start. So that was very exciting. So we're very proud that we were asked through the College Board to pilot this program. Next year, for the 26-27 school year, we will then actually be taking on the cybersecurity piece of that program. And that's designed to build foundational cybersecurity skills and in determining vulnerabilities and assessing the risk posed by potential threats, exploiting those vulnerabilities. So again, we're very excited to have this program in our building, and a teacher who's excited to be a part of it, and it's fun seeing the kids, do what they do best here, and that's learn with our wonderful teachers. So that's our cybersecurity pilot, and then I'm going to turn the last slide over here to Mr. Smolinski.
So, the last slide and how I leave it really is just the vision, the goal of the committee. It really is just creating partnerships with those members of our community, our teachers, and of course our students, and everybody interested in just CT, all things CT related. It's a great opportunity to network. We have a work-based learning part of all of this. We have like 25 kids in a work-based learning with Dawn Comus runs that, and we get our students out to get work-based hours. So that's a great opportunity for us to have opportunities for our students when they need to go out and earn hours for work-based. Which I think, as we see how everything's going with the diploma, that's a big component as it's going to lead towards different seals and things like that. So that's really the big thing, and just create that partnership with our members. And we want to grow it, of course, which is great because we had 3 new members that came this year, and they are very, very linked to all things CTE, really. So there's George Godomsky, who came out this year. He actually donated some things to the machine shop. Mr. Richardson knew him very well, so I was able to help bring him in. Steve Minchuk, he's going to come actually, he's from the North Indiana Area Labor Federation. He's very interested in taking a tour of our facilities as well. So we're setting that up and working that. Nicole Rodriguez from Ready NWI, which is like a big centerpiece of all CTE. It's a big organization that is just really all things CTE, and they put on a lot of events and a lot of information through them. And she reached out to us and just said there's great opportunities, and any resources we need, she offered them to us. And then Kevin Comerford, which Ms. Regan kind of put some things out there. He's a director of professional development for Construction Advancement Foundation. He explained he helps put on our field trip that we're taking next week, which is the Construction Trades Day, which we always take a group of students to that. So he's big in that organization, so it's just a great, and so he's very interested in helping us as well. But in front of you, I'll let Mrs. Regan kind of explain these if.
Okay, so Kevin came to us. We just invited Nicole and Kevin last week, Tuesday, to our meeting on Wednesday because we were just introduced to them, and lo and behold, they both showed up, and that just meant the world to us, that this being a part of this committee meant a lot to them. So in talking with Kevin, he was phenomenal. He ended up giving us this poster, and he offered to make one for our school that we can hang in our building. And this other one is just an example of a picture hanging in, I believe this is in Chesterton High School, just to kind of give you an idea of what it would look like and the size in the building. But he offered to make this for our school as well. But what is really cool about this poster is that students who may not be interested in college, but maybe they want to go into the trades, if they want to learn any information about any one of these trades, all they have to do is scan that QR code, and it takes them directly to the page. It explains a little bit about the program. It shows them how they can apply to get into some of these different apprenticeships. It's just a really cool resource for our students. So I've already been in talks with Mrs. Novak about this, so hopefully that's something that we can get put up for our students fairly soon.
And that should be the last part of our presentation. So if there's any questions, would be trying to answer them. Sure, yeah.
It was so amazing, that bulletin board that you just showed us. Actually, I wrote that down. I was going to ask you, could you find that? Wow, very classy. Now, you said that there's 26 pathways between the Career Center and between what you do internally. How does that rank, or how do you rank that compared to other schools in the state of Indiana? I've heard through the grapevine, and this is just through the grapevine, from somebody who's pretty connected, he said that we are way ahead of a lot of schools. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm asking you your thoughts about that, because I know you would be critical of what you're doing, and I'd like to know.
I haven't done a true comparison, but we have been to some of the, we go to the DAC meetings every spring, DAC. So it's part of, I know that's what our athletics is part of, but the Duneland Athletic Conference. So once a year in the spring, all the administrators go as well. So we get to network with, the different schools within the DAC. So I know just in sitting in some of the business department meetings, there's a lot of schools that are just impressed by how many programs and different classes we offer, within our CTE program. So I do think that we are very lucky with the programs that we do have here. I haven't compared it statewide, but yeah, I know even just locally, we seem to be in really good shape.
Well, I know we would find a lot probably down there in the hub. And a good friend of mine is actually in charge of the one through some rural schools that feed into Purdue. And I had him call a couple of years ago to see if there was anything he could do here, and he's called me back. He goes, "There's no way. You guys are so far ahead." He said, "There's no way that we can help you." But yeah. Now, when you mentioned something about the open house next week, did I see a sign you held up?
Yes. The construction trade show.
Are we invited to go to that? Can we go? I've heard others have attended it over the years, but.
Yeah, we're going. We're invited. It's really just a.
I'm talking us.
Oh, okay.
Don't you have to, I think you had to sign up for it, correct?
Well, for our students, yeah, I RSVP for the students. So I RSVP for our students. We're going next week. Yeah, well, they give us a time slot. It's really just an exploration for the skilled trades. Yeah. It's at the fairgrounds in Crown Point.
Oh, the fairgrounds, right?
Yeah.
23rd. Did we keep it? We have more, right? Oh,
Yeah, I have more. Yeah.
do you ladies? I have a couple of things I want to share with you, a couple of ideas, people I run into. So could you stay after the meeting and I'll share those with you? Okay. Thank you. You're welcome. Appreciate it. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
All right, and now on to our Director of Student Services, Mrs. Grimala.
Thank you. I just wanted to share with the board a recap of our resource fair that we held last week. The resource fair was sponsored by our Transition to Adulthood program and our Special Education Parent Advisory Committee. We had 81 registered exhibitors, but that evening we ended up only having 75 attend. So it was a small increase over our April event. We had 134 visitors walk through the door. our organizers want to also count the exhibitors as visitors because they did walk through and visit the tables. So their unofficial count is about 200 guests for the night. We did have people sign in, and we had families in attendance from Hammond, Lowell, Cedar Lake, East Chicago, Munster, Crown Point, Maryville, Valpo, Portage, along with all of our Lake Central families. So it really was a community event. We had wonderful feedback from both our exhibitors and our parents, but from our exhibitors, they were very complimentary of our student volunteers. We had volunteers from N-Teens and National Honor Society there who were excellent at helping our staff, both our staff and the exhibitors, getting them everything they needed during the evening. The exhibitors really appreciated the opportunity to network with other community providers and find out about resources for families so they can help. So that was good feedback from our volunteers, or from our exhibitors. From parents, they said they were positively overwhelmed with the information that was provided. They said one parent said, "It's wonderful to know we will have good options and opportunities for our child once he finishes the TAP program." Another parent said, "We discovered so many opportunities and supports we didn't even know existed." Another parent said, "This event opened our eyes to so many services that can help our children." And then another parent said, "We walked away feeling more connected and informed." So overall, very positive all around. So a huge thank you to Gigi Bissius, Sam Wagner, Angie Burton, Humera Muhadeen, and Mary Reeby. They were the core crew who put everything together, and it was a lot of work. So we are going to switch over to just doing one a year, and it will be in the fall from now on. We ended up with two kind of close together, so it will be back again probably October, November of '26. So, but thank you to that group and to everybody who came out for it. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, our Director of Business Services, Mr. James.
Thank you. My only item on the agenda is to seek your approval for the donations that were included in your board packet.
Motion to approve?
Motion from Ms. Kelly. I will second that. Any discussion or questions? All in favor? Aye. Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you.
There are no public comments this evening, so we'll move into our board comments and consideration of future agenda items. Ms. Talent.
I have no comment, just thank you for the reports, they're wonderful.
Dr. Malco.
Well, I would like to comment on just the quality of everything that's going on here. I think it's outstanding, all the way from your parent involvement programs, which are very, very important. And I like the fact that you purchase items that can go home so parents can have those at home. Because that's usually the big crux and the problem. Well, we don't have anything at home for him to do. So now we've overcome that, which is great. And hard work at the high school, I can hear it, and I know we feed into that. I just really, really wish, and I think we all received a mailing from one of our legislators. And I think on that mailing, it was listed that there was a big increase in funding to education. And I just wish our legislators would be a team player with us and be honest with the truth that it includes not just public school, but private schools, charter schools. It did not include that, and it is very misleading to our public. So legislators, and you know who I'm talking to, please be a part of our team and quit beating us up in little nuances like that. Thank you.
Ms. Kelly.
Yes, just another round of congratulations to our grant recipients this evening and to the team from Lake Central Education Foundation for raising those funds for our teachers who then pass that on to our students. Thank you.
Thank you for all the comments this evening from the board, and, hope everyone has a nice fall break that's upcoming this weekend. And with that, I'll turn it over to Dr. Veracco for board calendar or future activities.
Sure, our next meeting will be here on Monday, November 3rd. That's all for tonight. Thank you.
All right.
When is spring break? I'm sorry, or fall break?
Friday,
Friday,
right?
Monday,
I
Tuesday?
believe Friday.
Friday, Monday, not Tuesday, kids. Friday, Monday.
Do we have motion for adjournment?
Motion to adjourn.
And I will second that. Yeah.